Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I welcome you all to the class of uh, vocabulary of the Quran. And inshallah ta'ala, we will read from here, inshallah ta'ala. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Inshallah ta'ala, once we finish this, we will go to other books, maybe As-Siraj fi Gharib al-Quran or other books, inshallah ta'ala. Um, where we'll look at more books of vocabulary, inshallah. And after that, we can do um, Mufradat al-Fadh al-Quran, inshallah. So Hizbun is a group, Ulaika Hizbullah, it is the Allah's band group, confederate. Hizbaini is two parties. Ayyul Hizbaini ahsa lima labithu amada. أحزاب is the plural فاختلف الأحزاب من بينهم, then the sects have differed. أحزاب حزب أحزاب ولما رأى المؤمنون الأحزاب, when the believers saw the confederates. So حزب is a group. Then we have حزن, حزن يحزن حزنا, حزن يحزن حزنا, to grieve, to be sad. حزن يحزن حزنا. حزنا is to grieve. Is to grieve. حزن يحزن حزنا is to grieve. Then we have قد نعلم إنه ليحزنك. This is باب نصر حزن يحزن. We know لا يحزنك الذي يقولون. We know indeed that which they say grieves you. Grieves you. And then حزن, they are aggrieved. حزين يحزن حزنا, to be grieved. To be grieved. I mean, similar, no? حزين يحزن حزنا. I don't know the difference between to grieve. That means the person himself is grieving. And this is to be grieved. وذلك أدنى أن تقر عينه ولا يحزن. This is like clear to cool the eyes and not let them grieve. So maybe we can just write حزن. حزن, grieve. Because there are two babs in it. حزن. يحزنون, they grieve. تحزنون, لا تحزن, grieve not. لا تحزنوا, you all grieve not. لا تحزني, grieve not. حزنا, grief. So we can just write حزن, grieve. And then حزنا is also grief. Grief. حزنا. حزنا, grief. تولوا وعينهم تفيض من الدمع حزنا. They turn back while their eyes overflowed with tears of grief. And then hazan could also be a cause of grief. So we can write cause of grief also. Cause of grief. فالتقطه آل فرعون ليكون لهم عدوا وحزنا. And the people of Fir'aun took him up that he should become unto them an enemy and the cause of grief. Hazan. حزن is grief itself. وابيضت عيناه من الحزن, and his eyes whitened with grief. Then we have hasiba. Hasiba is to think, consider. Hasiba. Hasiba, to think, consider. Hasiba. Hasiba yahsabu. Hasibat, thought. She's thought. Hasibta, you thought. Hasibtu, I thought. Hasibu, just the conjugation hasibtum. Very commonly, yahsabu, things, you think. Yahsabuna, they think. Tahsabuna, you think. Tahsabu, that you think. La yahsabanna, should not think. La tahsabanna. And this noon is also added. You should not think. Hasabna, we reckon. So hasaba yuhasibu. Hasaba yuhasibu is is to settle an account with ask an account of hasaba, to settle an account. Muhasib hasaba, yahsubu hasba, to count. So hasiba yahsabu, and then hasaba yahsubu is also used to count. Yuhasibu will reckon. Yuhasabu will be reckoned. Ihtasaba is to imagine. Yahtasibu, ihtasaba hisab. Innahum kanu la yajuna hisaba. Hisabun is reckoning. Reckoning. And sufficient. Jazam min rabbika ata'un wa hisaba. Sufficient. It'll be a reward from your Lord, sufficient. Sufficient. Ata'an hisaba. Hisabiya, my account. This is just and hasbun, sufficient. Hasbi Allah, that is Allah is sufficient to me. This word is always suffixed with the pronominal. Pronominal. Allah is sufficient. Hasbi Allah. Allah is enough for me. Hasibina, hasib, reckoners, hasib, reckoner, husban. So 3 words for two, hasib, hasib, and husban for reckoners. Husban is reckoning. So 2 words for reckoners, hasib and hasib. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bi-husban. Sun and the moon are in a reckoning, that is, they follow a calculated path. Husban. They are calculated. وَيُرْسَلُ عَلَيْهَا حُسْبَانًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. And he sent therein a bolt from heaven. So husban is also reckoning, or a bolt from the skies. Then we have hasad. Hasada, envied. Hasada. Hasada, to envy. Yahsudu. Yahsuduna, to envy. Hasid, the envier. Hasad, the envy. And hasaratun, anguish. Hasara. Hasaratu, anguish. Hasratun, anguish. So hasida yahsadu, I mean, yeah, to grieve for something that happened or was done in the past. Like that. Yawm al-hasra, the day of judgment, is also called day of anguish, because man will then regret that he wasted the opportunity given to him to work for his own good. Ya hasratan, the anguish. Ya hasrata, alas, my grief. Ya hasratan, alas, our grief. Hasaratun, hasratun, that is made dim, that is becomes wearied out. Hasara yahsudu is to become fatigued. Similar meanings. Yastahsiruna, they weary. Stripped off. Yahsuru. Hasara yahsudu is to remove something. Hasara yahsudu. Okay. We have a hasin sin. Ahassa yuhissu. Ahassa yuhissu. Ahassa yuhissu. To perceive. Perceive. To know, that means ahassu, they recognize, perceive, like you think. Istahassunahum bi'idhn, when you doubted them by his hassa. Yuhissu, to perceive. Hassa yahussu. Hassa yahussu. So hassa yahussu is to kill. Tahassunahum bi'idhnihi. Tahassasu. Inquire, find out, look. Hasis, a faint sound. Hasis. Whisper. Hasisaha. A faint sound. Hasis. Hiss. Hasin mim husuman. continuously. حسوما, continuously. حسوما, continuously. And then حسم يحسم حسما, to cut off. الحسوم شؤوم على وصف والإضافة أي حاسمة الخير عن أهلها. So how is this thing? حاسمة الخير. حسوما, continuously, which means it's cutting off the good from the people. Husumun means of bad augury or omen that cuts off the good from the affected men. Husuman. I wrote Husuman. Something which cuts off good from your life. Last, inshallah, week, Hasan is to become Hasuna, is to become excellent. Hasuna Yahsunu. Hasanatan Husnan, to be handsome, to be good. Hasuna Ulaika Rafiq. Excellent are those as a company. Hasanat. This is common, I guess. Ahsana, made good. Ahsana is maf'ul. He made good my abode. Was kind for someone. Waqad ahsana bi. He was very kind to me. If it comes with ba, he was very kind to me. Qad ahsana bi comes with ila. You be kind to someone. Wa ahsin kama ahsanallahu ilayk, and do good as Allah did to you. Ahsanu, they did good. Ahsantum, you did good. Ahsana is also to do good. Ahsana yuhsinu, to do good. Ahsana, to do good. Muhsin is the one who does good, well-doer. Muhsinu, well-doers. Muhsinat, the well-doers. Hasanan, well. Hasanatun, good. Al-husna, reward, good. Husnun is beauty. Husnayain, two good things. Hisan, beautiful ones. Hisan, beauteous. Then we have hashara. I thought we'd stop, but let's do a few more maybe to fill this up. Hashara, to gather. Very commonly used hashara. Hashara, to gather. To gather. Hasharta, you gather. Hasharna, we gathered. Yahshuru, gathers. Nahshuru, we gather. Nahshuran, we must gather together. Hushira, this is just conjugation. Yuhsharu, yuhsharun, and they will be brought together. Tuhsharuna, you will be brought together. Al-hash, gathering. Then you have hasab with a ba, which means firewood. Hasabun. Firewood. Hasiba is a violent. Hasiba. Hasiba. Violent storm. Hasiban, violent storm. And then has to become clear. Has al-haq. Al-ana has al-haq. The Imratul Aziz will say, the truth has now come. Become clear. Has. Hasada yahsudu is to reap. Mow. Hasada yahsudu. Like when you cut off the crop, no? Hasada yahsudu. To reap. You sow something, it'll come out, then you cut it. It's called hasada, reaping, harvesting. Hasad, harvesting time. Hasad. Atu haqqahu yawma hasadihi. So hasad is the harvest time. Hasid. Hasid is the moon. Minha qa'imun wa hasid. Some are standing and some are mourned out. So they are dead. And then ja'alnahum hasidan khamidin. We have made them cut off, extinct. Hasid. حصيد, mown down, cut off. حصيد. So حصاد is this time, like when you cut off the this thing, harvest, you'll find the field, barren kind of. Similar when people die, when they're um, destroyed, that's how it'll become. Everything becomes, extinct. Reaped habbal hasid, the grain that is reaped, habbal hasid. Yeah, I think we can stop, inshallah ta'ala, or maybe one more, because we need to stop on the right column. Hasara, hasira, yahsaru, to be straightened. Aw ja'ukum hasirat suduruhum, best straightened. That means to find it difficult. Hasira, straight, to be straightened. The English itself is difficult, maybe sometimes. Straightened. Uhsiru, restricted. Ahsara, besiege. Ahsara, to besiege. Beset. Alladhina uhsiru, restricted. Besiege someone, yani surrounding someone. Khuduhum wahsaduhum, capture them, beset them. Beset. Reset them, maybe. Hasir. وَجَعَلْنَا جَهَنَّمَ لِلْكَافِرِينَ حَصِيرًا, a bound prison. Hasir is a bound prison. Hasir, a bound prison. Sayyidun Hasur is chaste. Last word for today. Hasur. Hasur. Chaste person. All right, there's so many new words today. Hizbun is a group. Huzunun, grieve. Try to read them and try to memorize them. Hasiba, to think. Hasib, reckoner. Hisab, reckoning. Let's give a kasra here. Hisab. Hisab. Hasib. Hasada, to envy. Hasratun is anguish. Hasa, used to perceive. Hasis, a faint sound. Husuma, continuously, or cut off from good. Ahsan, to good, or hashara, together. Hasab, I forgot. Hasab. Firewood. Hasib, violent storm. Hasiban. Hashasa, to become clear. Hasada yahsudu, to reap. Hasad, harvesting time. Hasid, cut off. Harvested. Hasira, to be straightened. Ahsara, to besiege. Hasir, bound, praised. A bound, what? Sorry, prison. And Hasud is least, chaste. With this, we are done. Barakallahu feekum. We'll continue from this letter, inshallah ta'ala, in the next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.